Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. Today is Tuesday and it's been about a week and a half, oh no, maybe about a week since I did a video. But I posted one a couple of days ago. Anyway, this pandemic thing is really just making me forget what the day is, what the month is. It's just crazy, guys, isn't it? Just trying to keep busy and go from day to day and doing a lot of crafting with my kids and spending a lot of time outside and just trying to keep busy. So what I'm doing tonight is what's for dinner. Tonight I'm making chicken gyros. Okay, so this should be fun. I've made them once before, a couple of years back, but I haven't made them in a while. So I figured something different tonight. I wanted to try something different, so I figured let's do gyros. Okay, so what I did was earlier, I already made the tzatziki sauce. I did it earlier because I wanted it to kind of marinate in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So I'll show you when I take that out. I'll explain to you what's in that, and then I don't have a specific recipe. Most of my recipes, guys, are kind of done by fly by night. Okay, I never really go by a particular recipe unless it's like a baked good or something like that. That of course obviously has to be, accurate. But anyway, with cooking food, I usually just do my own thing. So, but if you're looking to make gyros, you can go right on Google or Pinterest, whatever, and just Google gyros or tzatziki sauce, and that'll tell you the basic recipe. So that's what I make, is the basic recipe. Okay, so if you want to get this recipe, just go on Google and Google it, or go to Pinterest, like I said, and you'll be able to get the recipes, guys. Or if you have any specific questions about what I particularly make, ask me in the comments below, and I'll answer you guys, okay? All right, so let's get started. So right now I'm using chicken thighs because, again, I noticed chicken thighs are just so much better as far as certain things, because it's just a much moister meat, and it's much more tender. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making chicken. I'm defrosting them in the microwave right now. I had them mostly defrosted, but they were a little still frozen, so I didn't want to cut through them that way, so I'm defrosting them. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to cut up tomatoes, lettuce, and onion. That's what we're going to put on our gyros, okay? Now, I really wanted to make the authentic, gyros with lamb. I don't know if you say gyro, euro, I don't know however you want to say it. To me, it's a gyro. So, you can put anything you want on it, but I'm going to put almost like what they really put on it is the onions, lettuce, tomato, and the tzatziki sauce, and obviously the chicken or the lamb. So like I said, I wanted to do lamb, but I couldn't find any lamb, only a big rack, and I wasn't going to buy that. So I figured I'll just do the chicken. All right? So let's get started. I'm going to cut up tomatoes, I'm going to cut up lettuce, cut up onion, and get all that together. And then I'll show you how we put everything together. Well, the thing is, after I do this, I have to cut up the chicken and get the chicken cooking. And once the chicken's all done, it's very quick, this meal. So, if you want to do your chicken ahead of time, you get it all done, and then all you have to do is cut up all the stuff and then just put it all together at the end. It's very, very simple. So let's get started. All right, so I have tomatoes here. Let me see. Tomatoes on the vine. All right. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's healthy and safe. And it's just crazy. It just goes from one week to the next. We'll be able to do things on the 15th of May. Now it's June 6th here in New York. I don't know if it is where you guys are. Some people live in different places where it's a little bit less, strict. But I got news for you. Wherever you are, I'm scared. I mean, it's the whole thing is just scary. It's like even when we go back, I'm nervous. Is it going to be okay when we go back? Is it going to be safe? Are we going to get another wave of this thing? Or, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it, honestly. I really don't. Okay, so I'm gonna slice the tomatoes. Now I'm gonna slice them in fairly small pieces, guys, okay? Because we want them small because we want them to be able to go into the gyro. Okay, so you don't want them in big chunks, you want them fairly small. So I'm just gonna chop my tomato. Can you guys see? I hope you can see. Just chop it up. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. Okay. The tomatoes. Chopping. Alright. So yeah, I figured I'd try something different for what's for dinner tonight. Last night we had chicken parmesan, and the night before I think we had chicken sandwiches. I'm pretty sure there's a video on that one. I can link it below, or just check below in my on my page, because you'll be able to see the fried chicken recipe. So good. I do that with chicken thighs, and then I put it on like a brioche bun. Oh, with lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise. So good. What I do is I bread the chicken in flour, mainly flour, and a little bit of breadcrumbs. But like I season it and everything else, and then I dip it. I dip it in the flour, then dip it in the egg, and then dip it back in the flour, and it cooks till the chicken is done about the 165 temperature. I use a little. I'll show you. This, guys, is great. My husband got me this, and I love it. It's a thermometer. I stick it right in my chicken, and you put it onto poultry, and it tells you exactly when it beeps when the chicken's 165. Because I can't stand guessing. And with chicken, you got to be careful. So you really, you have to kind of know. So I love this thing. This is my right hand right here. Love it. Guys, if you don't have one, get yourself one. I think you got it in Walmart or something very, very cheap. $10 maybe. Very, very cheap. But it is a lifesaver. So anyway, I fry the chicken and chicken thighs, guys, come out so good and delicious. It's so good. You guys got to try that. All right, so now this is 2 tomatoes. I think I'm probably gonna cut up another one because there's like 5 of us eating, and we're gonna need a lot of tomatoes. Okay. And like, you cut up onions, and if you don't like onions, omit the onions. You don't have to put onions in it. You don't have to put tomatoes in it. Some people don't like tomatoes. My husband, like when we get a gyro out, sometimes he doesn't even get the tomatoes. He just gets lettuce. Some people don't like tomatoes. Some people don't like lettuce. Some people don't like onions. It's all to what you want. Now you don't want these like mush, but you don't want them big pieces either. So that right there is 3, I think it was 3 tomatoes, yeah. 3 tomatoes. I'm gonna do one more. I might even do all of these because I have 6 people in my house. 6 people in my house, guys. And they're all adults. So, 6 people. All adults that eat, a nice helping of everything. So yeah, the weather's been off and on, rain, and like today we were sitting outside because I tell you, as soon as it gets nice out, we get out of the house. We sit outside. We have a beautiful backyard. I'll show you guys it maybe tomorrow. We have a nice backyard, a gazebo. We sit out there. It's really, really nice. But today it was chilly. We needed like a sweater, and it was windy. And I'm like, I want to go inside. Like I don't feel like sitting out here and being cold. I want to be warm. Like enough already. It's May 12th, right? Today's May 12th, I think. Yeah, May 12th. So I'm just looking forward to the nice weather. Hopefully, I think this whole year is just going to be kind of a pandemic year. I think nothing is, going to be back to normal for a whole year. I don't even know. It's really a new normal. That's what it's going to be, guys, a new normal. But, we got to be thankful. We have our health. We have our families. And, yes, I miss seeing some of my family and my friends, and, miss being able to touch people. And, it's just really, this is like a Twilight Zone, isn't it, guys? It's like the Twilight Zone. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it really is. But we're all in it together, right? So we have to make do. Okay. So there's the tomatoes. Make sure you get them in nice small chunks. So that was, I think, 4 tomatoes. Okay? 4 tomatoes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, here, stick. I'm going to put a little salt on my tomatoes because I like it to be a little salty and it brings out all the flavors in the tomato. Okay, now I'm going to do some lettuce. Let's clean this off a little bit. Doesn't really matter because it's all going to go together. So yeah, let's shred this up a little bit. It's weird because I have my Cuisinart thing, like, you know, I could shred it in there, but sometimes I feel like I just need to chop. I enjoy chopping. You know, I don't know. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy creating. And by the way, you guys noticed that I changed my name to Create with Linda because I feel like Life with Linda wasn't really me, like it was more, you know, I think I like to create, excuse me, I like to create, so I think Create with Linda is so much better because I truly create. Like I don't really use recipes, and I mean I go by a recipe, but I don't, you know, stick with the recipe. It's very, very difficult for me to stick to a recipe. I always do my own stuff, guys. All right, so however you want to shred this lettuce up, however you want to chop it up in the Cuisinart by hand, let your kids rip it up. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Get the kids in the kitchen. Always clean hands, you know that. So how do you guys feel about the masks? I'm telling you, when I go out, it's like I dread being out there with that mask on. It's like when I'm out, I want to be home. When I'm home, I kind of want to be out. I mean, do you guys feel that way? I think everybody probably feels that way at this point, right? The mask is you're sweaty and it's just, you know, you can't breathe. You know, you go to get a cup of coffee, and one time I went to get a cup of coffee. I drank and I forgot that I had the mask on. I had a big coffee stain on the mask. A new world we're living in. A new world we're living in. Crazy, crazy times. Really, I don't need, like literally a movie. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I know I said that before. But anyway, I'm sure I know everybody feels that way. We're all in this together. All right, so enough about the pandemic. Let's talk about happy, good things.
Pandemic. A cooperative board game designed by Matt Leacock.
My Alexa's going off because I said pandemic and she's answering a question for me. Alexa, be quiet. I didn't ask Alexa a question, but she just answered me. Sorry the times, right? Alexa, when is the pandemic going to go away? Let's see what she said.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Thanks, Alexa. She said, sorry, I'm not sure. At least she's honest. Oh, God. Okay. All right, so I got my lettuce. Only a half a head of lettuce. I think that's more than enough. That's probably going to have to stick that in a Ziploc. We're probably going to have a lot of that left over. All right, so let me get an onion, guys. I'll be right back. I forgot to get onions. We go through a lot of onions in this house. You guys like onions? Most of us like it. A few of my family members that don't like it. Like onion, but I love onion. Onion is where it's at. I don't know, do you like cooked onions or do you like raw onions? I like raw onions. And I also like cooked onions, but I don't like my onions like murdered. You know what I mean? I like them like kind of a little bit of, still have like a little bit of crunch to them. I like them like that, but I also like raw onions too. So I don't know. I'm an onion girl. Onion girl. So, all right, so let's get this onion cut up. All right. And let me get a paper dish for all my garbage plate. Put all the stuff you don't need in. That's a fairly nice amount of onion. Probably only my husband, my hubby, and my son You're probably the only one that likes onion. The other three don't like it that much. Okay, so these are the scraps. Let me put those over here. All right. So I'm gonna get this onion cut up. Now, I'm just slicing them fairly in little chunks. I'll just cut them like this and then we'll chop them all up together. That's what we'll do to make it easier. Now I could have cut these in my chopper and in my Cuisinart and I have another thing that you like put everything in and you just stick all the stuff in and it like slams down on it and chops it. But I feel like sometimes those things are really good, but like by the time I get them out and get them all together and find this piece and find that piece, I could have just cut them up already, like this, you know. So it's you know, it all depends on how much you're doing, how much time you have, and how much you want to do. If you don't want to sit here and chop, then you do it the other way. It's all up to you guys. You know, you can set your own rules. That's the great thing. The great thing about cooking. Do it all on your own timing and everything that you want to choose. You get to choose. That's what's great about it. All right, so my eyes are starting to tear a little bit. You know, it's funny because I cut a lot of onions, but I rarely ever cry. Like my kids, when I do the onions, are like, "Oh my God, Mom!" But I can sit here and cut onions, and I rarely ever have a tear come down. But for some reason, right now, these are a little strong. But that's all right. Onion overboard. All right. Okay, so this is all done. Let's get that skin out of there. Let's get another paper dish and put all our onions in there. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the chicken together. Okay, like I said, I'm making chicken thighs, guys. Okay, see, here's the onions. Here's the lettuce. I'm going to season the lettuce a little bit with a little salt. The onions I'm not going to put any salt on. I'll leave them push them to the side. And now I'm going to get the chicken.